Massachusetts has a long history as a climate leader, setting an example for the rest of the country.
And Governor Healey says she's trying to keep that legacy going. Today, at a climate conference at the Vatican, Healey announced the creation of a new fund, which will help train people for jobs in the climate industry. Jobs like heat pump installer or electricians who can service EV chargers. But much more needs to be done. So before traveling to the Vatican, WBZ meteorologist Jacob Wyckoff sat down with the governor for her first interview with a meteorologist about climate change.
By 2070, your administration is forecasting a 2.5-foot sea level rise. Are we prepared?
We know what will happen. We know what the data is showing in terms of what things are going to look like. And we know how much is going to be literally underwater. Are we prepared as a state, as a country yet? No. But that's why we've taken the steps to form these planning groups, to form these commissions.
In the 1950s, New Bedford built a seagate system to protect their port from hurricanes and nor'easters, now boasting one of the safest ports on the East Coast.
Do you think a seagate system like New Bedford has, or a increased seawall, is that on the table?
I think everything should be on the table.
In late November, Governor Healey and Lieutenant Governor Driscoll announced their Resilient Coasts Initiative. This program is a tailored approach for each of the 78 coastal communities and their unique vulnerabilities.
We see that with Salisbury. Residents banding together, buying sand. Within days, it's washed away. Is there more that we can do for them?
What we're doing right now is continuing to talk to the town about how we can manage this and how things should be built or constructed. But the reality is, it's a serious challenge.
Are we prepared for a future of heavier and heavier rainfall?
We need to get prepared. I mean, this is the reality of climate change. We see it every single day. You talk about it, I mean, rising sea levels, rising temperatures, the severity of storms.
Last year was one of the wettest on record for Massachusetts. The summer was incredibly soggy, and some cities and towns like North Attleboro and Leominster faced flash flooding with deluge after deluge.
We've gotten over 9 inches of rain since 4 o'clock this afternoon.
After touring the damage, Governor Healey declared a state of emergency.
I am sorry to be here today.
In February, FEMA denied the governor's request for repair funds.
Is there more that the state can do as a state versus going to the federal government?
Well, one thing I proposed creating was a disaster relief fund, a disaster recovery fund. Let's help them build back in ways that are resilient.
What brings you hope for the future?
It's almost overwhelming, right? When you look at what's happened. Every year hotter than the last. It's also the case that we know what needs to happen. There are some technologies already in place. Look at offshore wind. We've all got things that we can do on the local, state, federal level, worldwide level to address this. We must address it. I know we can.
I'm Jacob Wyckoff, WBZ News.